afternoon, Mr. Butler. My name is Sherry Sherrod Dupree. I'm representing Oral History program at the University of Florida. We're located in Pugh Hall. The day is May the 10th of 2017, and I am at the home of Mr. Butler in Gainesville, Florida. Mr. Butler, would you give me your full name?
Gussie Henry Butler.
Mr. Gussie Henry Butler. And Mr. Butler, it's such a beautiful day out here. It's about 95 degrees and we're in Gainesville, Florida. The sun is shining bright, a beautiful blue sky. So it's a wonderful day for an interview. We are at his home and we're sitting in his living room area. We have with us Mr. Fields. Mr. Fields, would you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Thomas Lee Fields from Gainesville, Florida also.
All right, and you are a friend of Mr. Butler's?
Been a friend of his for over, 30 years or 35 years.
I see. This is beautiful. Mr. Butler, we're going to start with your early age. Would you tell us who your parents were?
My parents is, my father is Samuel Butler.
Uh-huh.
My mother is Mary Butler.
I see.
They're born in St. Stephen, South Carolina.
And where?
St. Stephen, South Carolina.
St. Stephen's?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Uh-huh. Okay, so they were born in South Carolina, and how did you get to Florida?
My parents brought me here in 1931, and we stayed in 1933 until 1933. Then we went back to South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back in 1948 on my own.
I see. I see. Now, do you have sisters and brothers?
I have one sister living, one deceased, one brother living, one deceased.
Could you give me their names, please?
My oldest sister, her name was Eulabelle Ford.
Mm-hmm.
My baby sister, her name is Madeline Peoples. My baby brother, his name was Ivory Josephus Butler.
Mm-hmm.
And the other brother named Edward Butler.
All right, so 4 and you make the 5th child.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And so all of you all were born in South Carolina?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Where did you attend school?
St. Stephen, South Carolina.
In St. Stephen, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Graduated in 1940.
1940?
47.
1947. All right. Do you remember any of your teachers?
I have all the teachers' name and everything here, but I can't see them. But I do have all the teachers' names.
All right. We'll have Mr. Fields to name those teachers' names for you.
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, that is wonderful that you have all of your...
That's my invitation.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. The graduation from St. Stephen's High School. Graduation from St. Stephen's High School.
Now hold that, please.
And see, I'll get the pictures of this after we complete the interview. But anyway, it has the class roll, it has the class officers,
Mm-hmm.
and then it also has a very nice program from the high school graduation in St. Stephen's, South Carolina. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, once you graduated from high school,
Mm-hmm. In St. Stephen, South Carolina.
uh-huh,
Uh-huh.
this is wonderful that you say so much of this history.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to give me the names of your teachers?
I did have them down there.
Well, it takes a few minutes. We'll get it done.
It was that it may be gone.
You got your class roll.
That's right.
You got the class roll? Wow, this is history. Well, what I'll do is after we're done, I'll film this separate so we can go forward. Now, Mr. Butler, you had a kind of small class.
Yeah, all of them names is on there.
About 21 people in your class, in your high school class.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you even got your class colors of garnet and white.
I still have it in the place.
Oh my goodness, and white carnation.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. I am so pleased that you saved this, and like I said, I will film this at the end, so we will have a good copy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is wonderful. So now, after you finished high school,
I went on a farm for a while, and I came here, and I started working at Alachua General, and then I went in service. Mm-hmm. And after service, this is where I went to school.
All right. So you went to Tyler Barber College, and this is his certificate. Mr. Gussie H. Butler has completed the 1,000-hour course in barber science and is fully qualified to follow the practices of his profession. Given under the hand and seal on the 12th day of March of 1956, Tyler Barber College, and is signed by Joyce Lou Smith. Mm-hmm. Very good. Thank you. And we will come back and get another image of that at the end of the time that we talk. Excellent. And then you said you went toward the military?
Yes. Just children.
All right. Merry Christmas. 1951. 517th Military Police Company. And how do you pronounce this in Japan?
Yokohama.
Yokohama, thank you. Happy New Year's. And of course, this is the Military Police Service Company in Yokohama, Japan. So how long were you in Japan?
I think from 50 to about 52, somewhere in that area.
51 and 52. And you work with the Military Police Service Company. Mm-hmm. And it has all the names of you all here. Goodness, all these names. Mm-hmm. And it has a Christmas dinner, which was December 25 of 1951. Mm-hmm. And I think I see your name in here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, what we will do is come back and film it.
I did the prayer.
You did the prayer? For the dinner, which was shrimp cocktail, roast, young tom turkey, oh my goodness, poultry dressing, giblets, cranberry sauce, snowflake potatoes, candied sweet potatoes. Wow, you all had a wonderful meal here. Fresh lima beans, buttered fresh corn, celery hearts, lettuce wedges, and a French dressing here, pickles, olives, fresh apples, oh my goodness, fruit cake, mint pie, ice cream, Parker's House rolls, bread, butter, coffee. This was quite a meal that we served here.
Christmas Day.
And this was Christmas Day. This is a wonderful menu. And like I said, I will take the time and copy all of these pages and save it. From the Military Police Company in Yokohama, Japan. Happy New Year, 1951. Thank you. This is beautiful history. And what else were you involved in while you were in the military?
That's what that was my assignment, and then I got out of service, And then I had to do they didn't just reserve. I didn't.
You went in the reserve?
Yeah, I didn't get my rated discharge until 56.
To 1956. Yeah. So you spent quite a few years in the military.
That was in the reserves.
In the reserves.
Yeah.
But that's still military, right?
Yeah.
And where were you in the reserves?
Right here. But we had to go to Jacksonville.
So you in Gainesville?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But we couldn't go to the post here because it wasn't integrated.
So you had to go to Jacksonville to the post that was segregated?
Yeah. Camp Landing.
Well, tell me a little bit about that. I'd like to know a little bit about that history.
Well, when I went in service, President Truman, he integrated the service in 1950. But before then, it didn't. When I went to Columbia, South Carolina, and took my basic training, and but that's when they integrated. And then when I got over in Japan, it was still segregated. But in '51, they integrated.
So it was integrated in Japan before you came back to the States then?
Yeah.
I see. But yet, when you got here, you were still segregated. For the reserves. And you had to go to Jacksonville. Now, tell us a little bit about how it was in Jacksonville for you.
It was fine. You just wanted to go and stay on the weekend and come back like that.
I see.
Your job allowed you to do that.
What role did you play in the reserve?
Just regular basic training.
Basic training.
Regular basic training.
How often did you have to travel to Jacksonville?
But it's something set up like every 90 days or something like that.
So like every 3 months?
Yeah, every 3 months.
You would take the trip to Jacksonville. Did you get any pay for that?
Yeah, they paid you.
What was your pay at that time?
Like about 110 a month.
About 110. No, that was a lot of money for that day. And so then you were here serving as a barber.
Yeah, after and I was working at Alachua General.
And you worked at Alachua General Hospital. So you were a busy man.
Yeah, now this. Yeah, right. See that?
I'm going to turn the camera around.
See where I was. You could read. See that this up there. Can you read it?
I'm trying to get a closer view of it, but Brother Fields, can you look at that for me? I think it said 33 years at AGA employee retirees, and it has a picture of you there. This is wonderful. I'll get that at the end, and I will also just sort of pan over to the next item. You have Miami-Dade Community College, and then you have...
No, that's my son.
Oh, that's your son. Okay.
What mine is again is see right, the Masonic.
Okay, I'm trying to reach down to that one. You're a Mason.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
And this is another one down there. It's a DC.
Can you pull that one up, Mr. Fields? The one. Hold that one up a moment. And that one is saying what? He's a member of the lodge.
Rising Sun Lodge number 10, P.M. Gussie Butler. Outstanding services rendered. With Brother Al Green, 2015.
Now read this one right there. Those one there for that right there.
Yes.
Gussie Butler, Honorable Past Master, Rising Sun Lodge number 10.
Lodge number 10.
Now read that in the middle one. Right there. Right there.
Okay.
First, Joseph Duncan Awards to Brother Gussie Butler for services above and beyond the call from Rising Sun Lodge.
Wonderful. The Rising Sun Lodge is here in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's still active here, right? I'm
going tonight to serve.
So what year did you go into the Masonics?
1959.
1959. So you've been in there an awfully long time. Well, thank you for sharing that. But I want to go back to the military a little bit. Can you give me a little background as to your basic training in the military?
Well, I took my basic training in Columbia, South Carolina on Tank Hill, 61st Infantry.
And what is that? Tank Hill?
Tank Hill.
Where is that?
It's in Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South Carolina.
It's in Columbia, South Carolina.
Was that a segregated at that time, right?
They integrated whilst I was in there. Under President Truman.
Under President Truman. I see. Well, any stories you want to tell us about the military, your trip to Japan, or any of the things that would be of interest?
Well, after I finished my basic training, I had 10 days delay route. And I went to South Carolina to visit my parents, and I had to do all this within 10 days. And I came back to Gainesville, and I caught the train, and I got in Pittsburgh, California, and May the 10th, 1951. And I boarded the General Pope out of San Francisco.
And what was the General Pope?
The ship I went on.
Oh, okay, that was the name of the ship.
General Pope. And we spent 14 days going over to Japan. And after I pulled my duty over there, I came back on another ship. And the Butler.
The Butler was the name of the ship?
Butler.
Butler was the name of the ship you came back to this country on.
And we went to Seattle, Washington.
Oh, okay. So and you came back in on the Pacific.
Yeah. And when we got back, they put us on a plane and flew us to Columbia, South Carolina, where I was, got discharged.
Yes. Wow. Now, while you were in the military, what services did you render when you were in Japan? I know you were with the police. Did you do other services as well?
No, it was just like a regular job. You do 5 days. You done 8 hours, and you do 5 days off to go back to further, and that way you get. By doing that, you get a week off all the time.
I see. So what were some of the kinds of things you did on duty?
We patrolled, and we had gangplank, and we had different posts, checkpoints. That's right. So you didn't do one thing all the time. You may do patrol, and then sometime. Then you do a checkpoint sometime, and then if you do a checkpoint, you had to go to a center dock, and sometime we had to go to Tokyo, because it was only 50 miles from Tokyo.
I see.
And then we went only about 20 miles from Yokosuka. That was the naval base.
Now, did you learn language while you were there?
Very little. Very little. Just the things that really you want, mean some come by wow. It doesn't mean good morning to everyone.
Good morning, huh?
Measles, water.
Measles.
It's water.
It's water.
Mean some come by wow. Come to me.
Come to me. All right.
Sayonara is back. It's a goodbye.
Yeah, well, I knew the sayonara. That's the only one I knew.
Me too.
Sayonara, goodbye.
Tell me some of your buddies, some of the people that were in the military with you.
It's sad to say, but I got news this morning that one of the persons with me in service, he passed away. They called me this morning, Reverend John Peterson.
Reverend John Peterson. And where was he living?
He lived here in Gainesville. He passed away this morning.
Reverend John Peterson in Gainesville. What did he belong to church?
He belongs to Johnson Chapel.
Johnson Chapel.
And he passed there in Old Town.
In Old Town.
I can't think of the name of the church.
Well, that's okay. That's enough. We can still find out who he was and more about him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were there any others that were here in Gainesville with you?
Yeah. They all passed on.
Well, you can give us the names.
Charles Perry.
Uh-huh.
He's passed on. And another boy, this may not be his right name, but we all call him Zini Boy. And then we had a James Smith. All of us was from Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
But we all was in the service together. But we got separated when we got in California.
Why did they separate you?
No, you'd be assigned to different.
Oh, you assigned to different units or different areas.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So now you guys met each other in the service, or did you know each other prior to
I
going?
know them before.
So they were from Gainesville.
Yeah,
and
they were
you,
from Gainesville.
Uh-huh. Now, were any one of the fellows from South Carolina that you knew? Maybe from your class, or?
My classmate, he got killed in Korea. Roosevelt Basco, his name is on that, one of my classmates.
Uh-huh. He's in the book, and I will make a copy of that.
His name is in that what I show you. His name is.
It had the list of the students in your class.
My classmates.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a copy of that.
Yeah, they shipped his body back home whilst I was in service. My mother told me.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
So what did you like about the military?
I like it good enough to get out on time because it changed. I did have a privilege to go to school, to use my GI Bill.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That was one good thing.
That's what I was about to ask you. How did you use your GI? There's been quite a few stories about the uses of the GI Bill, because there were certain aspects of it that weren't open to African American men and women at that time.
Yeah.
Did you have any of those concerns? Or?
No, everything worked fine for me.
Uh-huh. And that's how you went to barbershop.
Yeah, that's
school.
why.
Uh-huh. 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 And how about your family?
I was married twice.
Uh-huh.
Both of my wives deceased.
Both of your wives. Could you give me the names of your wives, please?
Ernestine.
The first one.
Ernestine.
And what year did you all marry?
In 55.
1955. Uh-huh. Ernestine, what was her maiden name?
Hale.
What?
Hale.
Hale.
Hell.
Uh-huh. Haile. And did you all have children?
One daughter.
And is she yet with us?
Mm.
And her name?
Portia.
Portia
Barton.
Barton. Okay. Uh-huh. So, and where is your daughter at this time? Is she in Florida or some other state?
She's here in Gainesville.
In Gainesville. Oh, well, that's wonderful. So you have a daughter here. That's great. Uh-huh. And then you had a second wife.
Yeah, but between my second wife, I met a young lady. Well, it didn't work out getting married. Left time, and we have a son.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one here with me.
And and what is his name?
Stephen.
Stephen
Henry Butler.
Stephen Henry Butler. Uh-huh. And he's in Gainesville?
Yes, that's his
Oh, is this a certificate of spiritual education?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
That one up there.
And hold on just a minute.
Bachelor's of Art, Associate Art, and it's a bachelor degree.
And okay, I'm trying to get a little bigger on here. All right. So where is he employed?
He's at the university, and he also in this
Actors Warehouse.
Actors Warehouse.
You seen that name in the paper?
Actors Warehouse?
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of Actors
His
Warehouse.
picture was in the paper.
He's the director.
He's the director of the
Actors Warehouse.
Actors Warehouse.
And he's an actor also.
Uh-huh. And his name again? Stephen
Yeah.
Butler.
He's in the paper all the time.
Uh-huh. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now does he have family as well?
No.
He's not with family?
We live right here.
Oh, he stays here with you. Okay, and works and he's at the Actors Warehouse here in Gainesville. So you have one daughter and you have one son, just two in your family. Well, let's move on a little.
And my second wife, we had she had two daughters. When we got married. The Lord bless us. And she passed away. It was 20 years. March, wasn't it? March the 8th. Because we're right on the 15th, isn't it? Jackson.
And she was here in Gainesville.
Yeah, she was a school teacher.
What did she teach? What school?
She was at Littlewood, and she's at Archie a while, at Duval a while. And she went back and she got a master, didn't she? Yeah, got back and got a master.
So what year did she pass?
20 years ago.
You said 20, didn't
Yeah.
it? 20 years ago.
She died in 97.
I
Yeah, I've
see.
been beating around ever since then. With one wing.
So one wing. Well, that's a blessing. And you've had two good wives, and then you have two children. Now tell me
The two girls.
Yes, tell me about her daughters.
Joy. You might run across Joy. Joy Banks. You ever heard of her?
The pianist. Oh yes, I know Joy.
That's my stepdaughter.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, she can cook one. And Cheryl, she
State of Florida.
State of Florida.
Work at the health department.
She's working.
At the health department. Now, where is Joy working? Because I know she's a wonderful musician.
Yeah.
She got her own business now.
She owned her own business, and she's at some school, isn't it?
Yes, and then I remember now when your wife died, because I remember Joy. I've known her for a long time, but I didn't know. I'm making the connection now. I remember now when your wife died, because I knew Joy, and I remember the situation. I sure did. So life is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Now tell me a little bit about your church life.
Well, that'll tell you up there.
All right, now he's gonna bring that one down off the wall.
And
All right, Mr. Fields. Now, what does that one say? I can't.
It's gonna drop off me.
His microphone fell off. Yeah. Good. We'll get the microphone back on, and yeah. So I know Miss.
It says, Deacon Gussie Butler, ordained in 1970, served actively and faithfully for 36 years. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. James 5:16. Effected this day, February 19, 2006. Honorable recognition bestowed upon Deacon Gussie Butler, emeritus, still on the battlefield for the Lord. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Matthew 26:41. Thank you for your faithful services to Mount Carmel Baptist Church. Deacon Board, Ever Now Black Chairman, Andrew Mickles, James Turk, Joe Richardson, Nathaniel Willis, Eddie Cummins, James Geeter, Ronay Jones, Joe Jacobs, Adrian Allen, Bruce Williams, Larry Adams, Lawrence Alexander, Reverend Dr. Thomas A. Wright, Pastor.
Thank you. So you put in a lot of years in Gainesville.
I served as chairman of the 100, when the church was 100 years old. We never had a church anniversary.
Oh.
Until
You had never had a church anniversary?
the church, Mount Carmel never had a church anniversary until I served as chairman. That's
The centennial. Mount Carmel Baptist Church celebrates its centennial. Centennial love has kept us together by faith. Sunday, May 26, 1996, 11 a.m. Reverend Dr. Thomas A. Wright, minister.
And
The first church anniversary.
The first church anniversary, and it was 100 years old.
100-year anniversary.
All
I was
right.
the chairman of it.
Uh-huh. So you've been extremely active in your community.
And I served 17 years as chairman of the deacon board.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't I give you where I was ordained?
This ordination letter here.
Yeah.
He got ordained in September 20th, 1970 at 3:00 p.m.
All right, 1970.
At Mount Carmel Baptist Church.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You've been extremely active in your community, and this is what we like to know.
Mm-hmm.
This is beautiful.
I'm gonna put this back over there. I want to read you.
All right.
I want to read it.
I had my thing where I had certificate. We had that ordained. You read that too, didn't you?
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
you did.
We got this little picture spell out of here.
Okay.
I got it.
Just right in.
Yeah.
Mr. Butler, do you have any of your military materials here?
I think all of that's gone. No one what that I showed you. I don't.
Yes, but that was beautiful. That was very, very nice. Okay.
And
How about your travels over the years?
oh.
You got an hour?
Oh.
Yeah, we need to hear a little bit.
I went to my first National Baptist Convention in '65.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Jacksonville at the Coliseum.
Uh-huh.
I have made 26 National Baptist Convention. Never did fly.
Okay.
I think the first one I drove to was Cleveland, Ohio.
Uh-huh.
And
Did you go as a delegate or?
nope, independent.
You always went independent.
Independent.
Uh-huh.
This is the one I drove to Cleveland, Ohio.
All right. But I'm going to have to see that a little later.
Cleveland, Ohio. I drove this to Cleveland. And
you drove to all these places every year.
Let me see. It's only one time that I went as a group.
Mm-hmm.
And but I went to South Carolina and my hometown church where I was baptized and grew up. Because my hometown church, whilst I was there, I taught Sunday school. I was baptized, and there, and in Sunday, I taught Sunday school for a while, and doing the 40s.
Yes.
Because I was baptized in 1944.
Uh-huh.
And after I was baptized in 44, then they let me teach Sunday school and everything, and then until I came down here. And everything.
What was the name of your church in South Carolina?
St. Stephen Baptist.
St. Stephen's Baptist Church?
Black.
And then when you moved into Florida, where did you affiliate?
Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel, the whole time.
And whilst I was in Texas going to school, I joined a church under Reverend Moses B. Timms, True Vine.
True Vine. Baptist?
Under watch care.
Okay.
During the time I was out there.
Yes, on the watch care, yes.
Reverend Moses B. Timms, he was some minister. And during the time I was in Tyler, Texas, there was Butler College in Tyler, Texas. And they moved it to Dallas and named it Bishop College. And as I was attending the conventions and thing, Dr. Shaw, who was one of our national president, he was talking, and I said, "Hey, you finished bishop?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You know, they moved that school, like they did Florida Remote College in Florida." He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Did you know Robert Moses B. Tim?" He said, "Boy, you know Tim?" I said, "Yeah." He said he was some preacher. And what I like about that church, they had a senior choir, then they had a gospel choir. The senior choir only sang hymns. The gospel choir. And what I liked about the service and everything, when he got ready to deliver his message, because I can remember when my aunt died and I had to come back here to Florida. I never forget that message he preached that morning. His message was, "What is your name? My name is Legions, for we are many." This was the story about the man, they had to chain him down and the chains and everything. And what I loved about the way he preached, he said, they would either sing Sweet Hour of Prayer or Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross. And he said, just listen to the music. And whilst they'd be saying, listen to the music, looked like the Spirit would come into the church and you hear someone say, "Bless Lord, have mercy, Jesus," you know. He said, just listen to the music, the piano and the organ be playing, you know. And that's where, and when he take his message, he looked just like he on an airplane. Look like it, and when he get through, looked like he just dropped you like that. He was some, and I kept up with him until he passed. I kept up with him. It was a minister that used to pastor in Jacksonville. He went to Dallas, and he had a church at Dr. Wilson, who was the pastor Bethel Baptist Church in Jacksonville. He went out to Dallas, and he had a church out there, and he knew Reverend Timms. And we would meet down to Lake Hill, Southern Baptist, and I would ask him about Brother Timms and everything up until he passed. Yeah.
You really had a strong
feeling. And for the state convention, I attend 51 of those without any break. And Brother Fields came down and found me sick in a motel. What, about 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
He found me sick. Church didn't give me anything. I went on my own. My uncle took me, started with me. And then after my uncle passed, he was a minister. And after he passed, right now we kind of hook up together. He would drive me, I would take care of the motel. And then we finally reached Brother Field. We got him tied up. He started driving. And now that's why I between Brother Fields and Reverend Mayberry, since I got blind,
yes,
they do my transport.
Well, you live well, and you've treated people well, so they're giving it back.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's what you expect. That's what Christianity is, to help each other.
Yeah, Brother Fields and I, we serve as deacon together. And believe it or not, when Brother Fields went into the ministry, I went to class with him.
Good.
So, but I shouldn't tell this, but it's the truth. Really, the reason I came to Florida, the minister who did our baccalaureate summer, he told me so much about Mary Cloud Mathuma, and I was hoping to go to Cookman, but either pick Orange, but I wound up at ETH, but I got a product. My wife, she finished
At Bethune-Cookman.
So I got to, you know, still got to.
Yeah, you still have a hand there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to teach at Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, so that's how everything. But really, my desire when I left from home, I'd want to go into the ministry. But when I came and saw what ministers had to go through with, I said, Lord, I don't want to be there. But I tell people this, I had desire to be a minister, but I never did get the calling. I never get the calling.
Well, you have to know that.
So I told my uncle, he was a minister, and he said, boy, if you ain't got the calling, you don't bother with it. So I said, well, when I got a chance to be a deacon and went through the class and everything, all the time, the church had rejected me. They didn't want to ordain me. But Deacon Franklin, and Reverend Wright, they really pushed for me to get ordained. And then when the nomination committee brought my name up to be chairman, they rejected me, and we had to put it through a vote. But I won out. And the reason I stayed so long as chairman is because we were building this church out here. And the people, those faithful members, they told up right, Gus is working with you. He's working right along with you. Just let him stay there, and that's how I got it. But I knew that they didn't want me to care about me being a deacon. But what I had done, I was supposed to be ordained that Sunday. And that Thursday night, I lay down and I said, Lord, show me if you want me to be a deacon. And I just went on and went to sleep. And I didn't dream, I didn't see nothing. And when I got up, went to the restroom, and no one went to the house with me. And I got in the brushing my teeth. Song came over to me, say, "Where he lead me, I shall follow." And the more I brush, tears started coming out my eyes. I started crying. I went to the barbershop with my uncle there. I told him, he said, boy, go on to the church and let them put their hand on your head.
That's what they did.
And that's what they done. But I had want the Lord to show me if he'd want me to take this job or not.
That's right.
And then when I told him the name, the song that came and I started singing it is.
It was justification. It was your justification.
And I served there. And they honor me up there.
Yes.
Before Reverend Wright left. But now I'm deacon of marriage now. And I still go.
That's a beautiful story.
I still go.
And you showed how Lord can maneuver.
Yeah.
And it's not when you want it, but when he got ready to tell you what to do. And he comes in a simple form. Always simple. There's nothing hard to remember.
No.
That is beautiful. Is there anything else you would like to share that we would save for future generations? Any statements you'd like to give? Are you a musician? Do you have any favorite songs? What is it that you would like to be remembered for?
Well, Brother Fields and I, we used to lead devotion together. And he know how him and I, we work together. And we just lost one of our dear friend, Margarita.
What?
Horn.
AOC, huh?
And I'm telling you, we work close together.
L.C. Hunt.
L.C. Hunt.
Oh, yes, he was the moderator.
He was a moderator.
Yes. I'm going to his brother. His brother's church.
On Chiefland.
Chiefland, yes.
Altar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking that now?
No, we're going in June the 16th for Rosewood. We're taking a group from the University of Florida. That's what my meeting was this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Liz, remember Liz Peters?
Huh?
Liz, that's over. Liz Rivers, you know her from Archer. Liz Rivers.
Oh yeah, I know.
She was my school teacher back in the day.
Oh, wonderful,
She was the same house
wonderful.
that she grew up in.
Is she the one that wrote this book?
Let's see. That one is which one is that? Gainesville or Alachua County?
Alachua County.
That was Liz Jenkins. This was I have a copy of that.
Yes,
one.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
She
sir.
was Jenkins at the time.
Yeah, she was a Jenkins. That's right.
That's her, D. That's her.
I have a book of her.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, any other good things you'd like to say or share? Family, any sayings you'd like to give to the young people? Any of those things that would be of support to us in the future? And to people that don't know you and have a chance to listen to this, what do you want them to take away?
I must say to the young people, be faithful and be honest. And they have better opportunity than we had when we was coming on. Because when I started working at the Alachua General Hospital, I worked 6 days a week, 10 hours for $22.50 a week. And the sad thing about it, I was living with my uncle, and he would say, now this is what I wish young people would do. Obey their parents. My uncle was just like a father to me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got my first $22.50 check, I went and asked him, I said, how much you want out of this? He said, I don't want a penny of it. I don't want none of it. You go and you give Joe, that was my aunt, $5, and I want $10 to put up for you. Because when I came from South Carolina, I had my grandmother said to me, she said, boy, with them breeches you can wear to Florida. I said, she cut the lining in my pants and sewed up $150 in there. And when I gave it to my uncle, he asked me, how did I get that $150? Do I gamble? I said, nope, I don't gamble. He took me downtown and opened up a bank account, and I had to give him $10 every week to put up for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I give his wife $5, that was $15.
Mm-hmm.
I give my girlfriend $5, and then it was $2.50.
What did you have for eating and other activities?
We had 2 meals a day. The hospital gave us 2 meals a day. And the day that I would be off, and they give us tips. We could get tips back on there. Sometimes I would make $8, $9 worth of tips. And that's how I, would survive. And so the days when I was off, 1 day off a week, I would, have money to buy. I go to Miss Annie McCrae. Miss Annie, yeah, what you got to do? I say, I got everything on the pig with the squeal, pig ears, pig tail. And she'd give me a big old plate of lima beans and pig tail or pig feet, and wrap it up in some newspaper. And I would eat half of it then, and then put the other part in the icebox, everything. And we had icebox.
Yes.
Reverend Mayberry know what I'm about to tell you this now. When it got so that we could buy a refrigerator, Goodyear would put a refrigerator in your house, and it could connect it up with a little gadget, you could put a like you do you used to play a piccolo, you know,
Yes,
in the slot.
yes.
You had to drop a quarter in there every day in order to have ice. And then they would come along and rob it, you know.
Who robbed it?
The store, the Goodyear.
Oh, Goodyear. So Goodyear was making money on it.
Yeah. See, that's how you paid for your refrigerator.
Oh, I see.
It was connected up towards, you know, and had other things. Now, and Reverend Mayberry's father would come down every year so often, and he'd ask, Reb, you got some quarters? He said, yeah. Well, give me a couple of them, because I don't, I won't have no ice. And that's how we was able to, because see, we couldn't credit, you know, see, and you put things on, you had to put things on layaway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to put things on layaway.
So how did you get a stove and other things in your house then? You had to pay for those? How did you get it?
You had to pay for them. But see, before then, we had an ice box. And the ice man used to come along.
Yeah, come along and put that square ice in
put
there.
that in there, see.
Yeah.
So when the refrigerators came in, you couldn't, they wouldn't let you get it on time or nothing like that, you know. So they'd hook up that gadget to you.
And so you paid every time you got your ice.
A quarter would last you 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean?
Yes, I do.
You know, that quarter would just like, you know, when you put back in the put a piccolo or a nickel or dime, it would last until the regular. Yeah, that's how they had the regular. Reverend Mayberry and I, we laugh about it now because that was his father and mother. They'd live upstairs.
Well, I'm going to ask you one other thing. Do you know anything about the atrocities that happened in Alachua County or in Florida, such as the Newberry 6 or the Rosewood Massacre or the Groveland 4 or any of those?
All of that was over before I came.
That was long over before you came here, because you didn't come until 47 when you
48.
48, yes.
That was over. But I heard, and now I was down there at Rosewood when the governor came down and spoke, Reverend Wright, and we was down there.
Yes, Reverend Wright was on the platform.
I was on, and my picture was taken because they saw me on TV.
Yes, I was there too.
I was there. Yeah, Reverend Jeff Jones and Reverend Thor, I think.
Yeah, Reverend Thorpe was there. That's my pastor.
Well, that's when I traveled with Reverend Wright because he asked me to ride with him. Now, I went down to City Creek crabbing and all like that and stuff. And go down and eat and all like that.
I see.
But you know, they still, did you hear over the news where they went back down to the Rosewoods and what they done? They done some damage, some white people, something like that, this week.
This week?
Yeah, it was on the news. It was on the news. It was on the news.
Okay, well, I'll have to get it.
And they forever, that monument they put there, they forever tearing it up.
Yeah, one year they said it had so many bullet holes in there, had to take thing down and do repair work. That's right.
I went to Sarasota, and it's a minister there by the name of Reverend Blocker. He used to pastor Greater Bethel, and he said that's the last he saw his father. His father put them on the train, and they went to Tampa. And I heard Reverend Blocker. The last he preached down there Sunday when I was down there, and he preached about this fellow that killed a 600 man with a Oscar or something. But Reverend Blocker did a good job. But I remember when he used to pastor here. But he's passed on.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you for taking your time today to talk to us and to share history that we can share with other people in years to come. I'm at the home of Mr. Butler in Gainesville, Florida, along with Mr. Fields. And we've been here for close to 1 hour talking and discussing some of his attributes and things that he would like to have remembered in history. My name is Sherry Sherrod Dupree, and the day is May 10th of 2017, and we have been here for almost 1 hour. I want to thank you so much for your time and for your energy. And I'm going to cut this off a moment, and then I'm going to copy your materials.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Recording. Okay, here we go. All right, we've got the Tyler Barber College, and I believe I read that one off, so we're going to move over. I want to make sure we get the high school, St. Stephen's High School, and it has the class roll, faculty and senior class year, and other information. I'm going to go over to the Merry Christmas of 1951, Yokohama, Japan. And this is the program that they had in Yokohama for Christmas in 1951. This is the military police service company, and it has the roll. It had the sergeant's first class. It's from the company roster. Also, it had the private first class. And on the second page, it has additional private first class members and the private E-1. 3 names there. The next page is the menu. And you can see the Christmas dinner menu, and I did read that during the time of the interview. The next item I'm going to put on will be Mr. Butler's high school class. And this is from the class roll. It has the names of all of the high school students. The class motto is at the bottom so that you can save that. And remember some of these special names that may come up in the future.
This is my graduate high school diploma.
These are some of the things from Mr. Butler's visit. This is Mr. Stephen, let's see, St. Stephen's Colored High School. This is St. Stephen's, South Carolina. Gussie Henry Butler, having completed in satisfactory manner the regular course of study as prescribed for the high school department, is entitled to receive his diploma by order of the Board of Education, May 30th, 1947. So this is his high school diploma.
See, I still got my little ribbons and everything.
And he still got his ribbons from his high school.
That's too long.
Bless your heart. He has a lot of mobility here that is quite nice and can be saved for the future.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the certificate of ordination when he became a deacon. And of course it has on here Mr. Gussie Butler. I've been chosen as a man of good report, full of the spirit and of wisdom, and capable of using the office well, was set apart publicly to the office work of deacon. And it has Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church, Gainesville, Florida, the 20th day of September of 1970. Evelyn B. Miles was the clerk, and the pastor, Thomas A. Wright. This is his certificate as a deacon of the church. And I wanted to pull one other. This is the founders.
This is the founders.
And the name of the church was named Mount Carmel. And it was named by Reverend H.P. Sampson.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a picture of him, the fellow who named Mount Carmel Church in Gainesville, Florida.
And I joined the church under this man.
And this is Pastor J.R. Roberts. And this is the person that brought you into the church in Gainesville. And then you have some other pastors here.
I serve under.
Point to which other one you served under.
Reverend Howell.
Reverend Howell, A.H. Howell. And Reverend
Green.
I.H. Green.
And
then there was a Reverend V.D. Cole, C-O-E-S. And then it was Mrs. Jenny E. Lane, L-A-N-G.
They were the two founders.
And those were the two founders of Mount Carmel Church, Gainesville, Florida.
And then I was ordained under Reverend Wright.
And he was ordained under Reverend Wright in 1970.
And these are the ministers that I serve under since Reverend Wright left.
And these are the ministers since Reverend Wright. We have Reverend David A. Lattimore. Was a pastor here in Gainesville at Mount Carmel Baptist Church. And then we have Reverend Dr. N. Lamone Newsom. And he has served as pastor of Mount Carmel Baptist Church, Gainesville, Florida.
This is our present.
And the present pastor today is Minister Destin L. Williams, the present pastor of Mount Carmel Church in Gainesville, Florida. The church is located on 8th Avenue, Gainesville, Florida. Thank you. And then this is how the building looks. This is a picture of the Mount Carmel Church.
Before we put the steeple on it.
Before he said they put the steeple on it. And at that time, Reverend T.A. Wright was the pastor of Mount Carmel Baptist Church.
Yeah, that's what the size
All right,
of
well,
it.
thank you so much
Yes,
for
ma'am.
allowing me to intrude and spend time in your home this afternoon.
I certainly enjoy both.